All right. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. Hello to Deborah in Kentucky. Hello to Karen in Arizona. Lisa in Indiana. Hello to Rosie with the pink hair in England. Great to see you today, Rosie. Janet and Peter, hello. Hello to Kathy. Well, at least Peter of Janet and Peter, and maybe Janet off to the side. Coming in from Toronto. Great to see you guys. Kathy in Virginia, hello. Carolyn in Idaho, hello. And let's see who else we have. Hello, David, back in again for the third day. We're glad to have you with us still. Coming in from upstate New York. And Dan in Virginia, hello. And hello to Trish. Nice to see you today. Bonnie in Idaho, hello. Kathleen, hello. Pete, oh, Kathleen's coming in from, oh my goodness, I'm having a total moment. Kathleen in Albuquerque, I knew that. And Pete in Florida, hello. Caroline in the DC area, hello. Susan, hello. Susan and Shirley in Gettysburg. So glad to see you guys with us today, or Gettysburg area. Nice to see you. And Martha in Oregon, hello. Anne in DC, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're with us again. Carol, nice to have you with us today. Tom, great to have you with us again. And hello to other folks who are still connecting to audio and video. Great to have you. And hello also to everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're glad you're with us too. Welcome to the Washington Rebels Carpe Diem Arts Daily Antidote of Song as we begin our week-long Ubuntu Choirs Network partnership, which we're super excited about. For anybody in the room who is new to us, a couple of quick notes. If you can put your state or country in the chat box, that would be great. We love knowing where people are coming from. And also, if you're new, just want to make sure you know that we do this every single day at noon. One song every day, every once in a while, a second song just for kicks. And we do it to a combination of getting through isolation, dealing with a lot of topical issues, especially during these very, very strange times, and also building community with folks from all around the globe, which has been one of the most exciting and most isolation relieving opportunity that many of us in this room seem to be able to experience during this funny time. So we're super glad for everyone to join and be a part of this. Janet, you're looking very well today. Nice to see you. Everybody looks different today. I'm not sure what's going on. All right. So a couple of quick notes in the chat box. There is a donate link. All of the money that comes in pays the performing artists who are definitely looking for extra ways of having income during this hard time. So thanks for everything you can do to help us keep it going. Also, my email in the chat box. So anytime you want to be in touch to let me know anything about your thoughts about the program, but also to get on our daily antidote list. We send the lyrics and the artists out in advance. And occasionally we send photos of car trunks with musical equipment in it. And also a thank you to the tech person who once again is me. So please, everyone, be very patient. So I'm super excited today to be introducing someone who you all have a lot of familiarity with because he's practically every single day since for many, many, many months now been in the room here with us singing along. And today he's going to be leading us in song. He is the co-founder of the Ubuntu Choirs Network. He's also the co-director of the Community Choir Leadership Training Program. And he is going to sing us a great song and lead us in a great song and then tell us a little bit about the song and also teach it to us. Denis, Donnelly, we are super excited to have you today. My co-host for the week, except today I'll host you so you don't have to host yourself. Welcome.
Thank you, Joe. It's really great to be here. Really looking forward to singing for all of you folks and introducing a song and talking a little bit about other things going on in the musical world around me. And this song I'm going to sing you is probably the song over the last, I don't know, 20 years or so. I've probably sung it more than any other song. It just keeps on being relevant for me. No matter what's going on in my life, what's going on in the world, this song just seems to nail something important about my reaction to all of that. Song by T.R. Ritchie. T.R. is he died in 2014 in Bellingham, Washington. So he's not touring anymore, but he was one of those guys who had a guitar and wandered around the continent, playing concerts, putting out records, singing in coffee houses, writing great songs. The generation, of course, that of male singer-songwriters. It included people like John Denver and James Taylor and Bob Dylan and all those people, and so many good songs came out of that generation of songwriters, and TR not the least of them by any means. It's a song called Somewhere to Begin, and it nails how do you carry on or how do you start in any kind of challenging endeavor that might be facing you. Well, you do it with a song and with a couple of other ways to do it too. So I'm going to teach you the chorus. The song is Somewhere to Begin, the search for something worth believing in. The search for something worth believing in. It's not just a song to sing, but it's about believing. A song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. Here's the chorus. I'll sing it for you, and then we'll learn it line by line. Song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. Here's the first two lines. I'll sing it and then you can repeat it. A song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. Now your turn. Here we go. A song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. Last two lines. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. If changes are to come, try that. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. The whole chorus, here we go. Song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. That's the whole chorus. And it's the same every time, except in Pete Seeger's parlance, this is a zipper song, because every time you sing a new chorus or a new verse, you just zip in a different song. So we're going to start with singing a song is somewhere to begin, and then maybe there are other modalities which are good to incorporate when you're starting something, and we'll get to them in the next couple of verses. Here's the whole song. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you sing in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you sing when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that songs will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees a song as somewhere to begin. Here's the chorus, sing with me, here we go. Song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. Now in the next verse, every place that you sang the word song, you're going to now sing the word dream. Here we go. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you dream in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you dream when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that dreams will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees a dream as somewhere to begin. Sing it if you believe it. Here we go. A dream is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a dream is somewhere to begin. Now, in the next verse, we're talking about love. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you love times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you love when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that love will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees love as somewhere to begin. Here we go, chorus now. Love is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and love is somewhere to begin. One more time on the chorus, here we go. Love is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and love is somewhere, and a dream is somewhere, and a song is somewhere to begin. Thank you. I could see you singing along.
Yeah, and how are we singing along? That was absolutely great. Thank you so much, Dennis, and such an awesome sentiment. Precisely. So I have to say, Bonnie, who's in the room with us today, sent me a poem, I think this morning or last night. And the final lines of the poem were, "Will there also be singing? Yes, there will also be singing about the dark times." And that's sort of exactly the same notion, that the music is
Yes.
coming out of the situation, and then the situation is being made better by the music. And it's, we hope, a cycle of building hope, by acknowledging, recognizing, and sort of communing on the subject that we're all struggling with, the strange times that we're in. And there will always be strange times, and there will hopefully always be music to bring them into some other light.
Yeah, I love that quote, Joe. And it's very, very circular with what we just sang.
And the other quote I really love is the underneath the Ubuntu choirs network logo. There's a little quote. If I have it right, I think it says, "I am because we are." Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
When we were starting to form the Ubuntu Choirs Network, this is going back 16 years or so, my co-founder Siobhan Robinsong and I were looking, we thought we need to name this. I'll tell you about the people actually in it in a minute, but the actual name, we wanted to find some kind of a name that said that we're dependent on each other. We're part of the same human family. And we couldn't find a word in English that kind of fit the bill. And then we became aware of this word Ubuntu, which is a Southern African word, which means I am in community only as an individual in relationship to other people in that community. Or in short, I am because we are. And we thought, boy, that's just a great, that's what we're going to name this community, because that's what being in a choir, that's what being in a singing group is all about. It's, you can't do it by yourself. You can't sing in harmony by yourself. Well, maybe you can with some technology, but and the original reading of things, you can't sing by yourself. So that seemed a perfect name for it. And we thought, well, that's an African word. We don't want to usurp that word. We need to sort of check it out with somebody that's okay to use it. We don't want to culturally appropriate it. So Siobhan had this idea, and she wrote to Bishop Desmond Tutu saying, "Is it okay if we use this word?" and kind of explaining what we were thinking of. And nothing happened, nothing happened. All of a sudden, a letter arrived from Bishop Desmond Tutu saying, saying, I can't remember the exact thing that he said, but he said, but it's something to the effect that yes, a choir is a wonderful way of describing, or Ubuntu is a wonderful way of describing a song because you can't sing together. Then he said, "God bless you in your noble endeavor," and that was our little pat on the head to use that word.
That's actually the tagline to the tagline. I am because we are. God bless you in your noble endeavor. That's a really good. That's and coming from Desmond Tutu, that's pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
um, that's a great story. Thank you. So speaking of global community, and I am because we are. I want to just shout out that Cheryl Tay, who's going to be one of the song leaders in the week, and Dennis will tell you more. She's actually in the Facebook Live room right now. So let's all wave to Cheryl, who's going to lead us in song near the end of the week. She's coming in from Malaysia. So I think she may be staying up very, very late or getting up very, very early. I forget which. Um, so Dennis, can you tell us a little bit about the song leaders who are going to lead us this week? I know that I'm curious to hear more about them, and I'm going to guess others are.
Absolutely. They're part of our Ubuntu Choirs network, and they're all people who have been through our annual 2 week community choir leadership training program, which happens here in Victoria, BC. The last week in September, first week of October, has been doing that for 16 years. We formed that course, Siobhan and I, because we realized that people were wanting to lead non-audition, socially responsible singing groups, but didn't know where to get repertoire, didn't know how to do it. And so we just thought, let's share what we're doing. And we formed this course, and all of a sudden, all these people started to flock from all over North America mostly, but also people from other parts of the world as well, Australia, the Pacific Rim, and now more and more Europe. So it's something that people really want to do now. They want to have their feet on the ground. They want to be connecting with people, and they want to be singing, and not necessarily in a choir where you have to read music and all of that, but just to sing songs that are socially relevant. And so that's what these people are about. So tomorrow we have Karen Portka from Edmonton, Alberta. Wonderful vocal improv person as well. You're going to enjoy her a lot. Elizabeth Melvin from Annapolis, Maryland. Elizabeth was there early in our program, and she's now gone on. She leads a program called Rise Up and Sing every Wednesday morning, which I think some of you have maybe participated in. Do you know Elizabeth's Rise Up and Sing on Wednesday mornings? Maybe no, but yeah, a couple of people. Busy does, right. Dick Jackson and Kathy Baker are right here in Victoria. They're very close colleagues of mine. When Siobhan and I should go back and just say that for 20 years, Siobhan Robinsong and I led the Gettin' Higher Choir here in Victoria. Gettin' Higher Choir, and that was a large choir, non-audition, 300 or so people. Siobhan and I stepped away from that 2 years ago to form our own choirs and go on with other things, but it was taken over by these two amazing young people, Kathy Baker and Dick Jackson, and they're just doing wonderful things with us. They will be singing for you on Wednesday. Emil Dyer was the very first person who ever enrolled in the Community Choir Leadership Training Program 17 years ago, and he lives in Los Angeles, California. He was born in Africa, and he's just a wonderful songwriter. That's on Thursday. On Friday, we'll have Maggie Wheeler, and Maggie came in the year after Emil, and she also lives in Los Angeles. And we told them about each other, and they got together and formed the Golden Bridge Community Choir, which is an amazing choir, which rehearses and has concerts in Los Angeles. So and then we're going to end with a bang on October 24th, which is the Sunday. That is Tina Filipino, also in the very first year of the CCLT program, and she lives right here on northern Vancouver Island. And we're going to have Cheryl Tay, who's going to lead you in a song from Malaysia that day. So we'll have two songs that day. So this is going to be a rich week, everybody. I'm really looking forward to it, and to co-hosting with Joe.
Thanks, Dennis. So in addition to shouting out Cheryl, who's out there on Facebook, I see that Dick is also out there on Facebook. He's just popped up as a hello out there. And also Dick and Kathy and Elizabeth have all been in the room with us on a number of occasions. So you guys may have already met them in here. And so, yeah, I'm super excited about this week and about all of this singing and about all of the interconnectedness and about meeting new people and being led by new people. All of this is, speaking of which, I'm letting a new person in the room right now. And so actually, I'm going to also take a pause quickly here to just shout out folks who came in after I said my hellos. I see that Jane is here and Terry is here, Sheila and Annette. Lucy's back with us. We haven't seen Lucy in a while. Great to see you. Adele, Isabel, Sandy, who I think is new to us, Amy, Hindi, and of course, Busy Graham, who's the executive director of Carpe Diem Arts, who is one of our partners, because this week we have two partners. Thank you so much, Dennis, for bringing all of this to us. I'm super excited about everybody and everything that you have now connected our community here with. And I'm having a moment right now where there's a little fly flying around. So this is my Mike Pence moment, unfortunately. I don't think I have anything else in common with Mike Pence other than that there is a fly flying around. So Dennis, before we change over to sort of a little bit more chat time, can you give us the verse or a verse and a chorus again before we leave the room or before we say goodbyes?
Absolutely. Let's go with "Love is Somewhere to Begin." Let's go with that verse. People say to me, "Oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you love in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you love when so many others grieve?" People say to me, "What kind of fool believes that love will make a difference in the end?" By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees love as somewhere to begin. Love is somewhere to begin. Sing it like you believe it. Love is somewhere to begin. A search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done. And love is somewhere to begin. And just because we can, let's do it again. Love is somewhere to begin. The search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done. And love is somewhere in a dream. And a dream is somewhere in a song. And a song is somewhere to begin. All right, everybody.
Thank you so much, Dennis. So I'm actually going to shout out a couple of things that are in the chat before we say goodbye, just because it's so lovely. Somebody wrote, Deborah wrote, "I needed this song today, totally." Lucy wrote that it's making her eyes tear up. Nicola wrote about Chumbawamba, and I think we're going to talk about that post Facebook, but that's an awesome connection there. Busy Graham put in, if there are any fans of the Friends TV show, any fans of the Friends TV show in this room? So I have to say, I didn't exactly know what the Friends TV show was because I don't have a TV, but I learned that Maggie Wheeler, who's going to be leading us, I think, is it Friday, Dennis? I can't remember.
I think Friday, yes, I think, yeah.
Maggie Wheeler plays the role of Janice, in addition to being an awesome choir leader in Los Angeles and now worldwide. So there you go. If anybody watched Friends ever in their lifetime and knows Janice from Friends, she's actually going to lead us in song in here in the room. Look at this. Somebody now just put in, "Maggie as Janice is inspired." That's awesome. Yay. Thank you, Kathy. That's a great quote. Thank you for putting that in there. All right. I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook Live at this point. Thanks again to Dennis. Actually, let's give him one more big round of applause. And I can actually hear all the people on Facebook rounding you too. And I'm going to take a moment just to say goodbye again. Goodbye, Facebook.